Hi guys, welcome back to yet another video. My name is Martin. I'm filming this in my storage unit today. What I do on this channel is I show off 4 books from random and I end on a key issue. I also like to show off books that you don't see a lot of in other channels. I like to try and stay positive with my reviews of books. You know, sometimes I can get a little bit, not dark, but I can kind of talk down about books. And I try not to do that. Because, you know, if you want to find channels where all they do is throw shade on books or creators, there's plenty out there. I mean, I could name a few off the top of my head, but I try not to do that. I try to show off the positive side of books, of comic books, and I don't take this too seriously. If I stuff up, if I say something stupid, I don't edit it. I don't stop. I just keep going, and I apologize. Now, the first book I wanted to show off is Doctor Strange issue 5, or if you want to go through if you want to go through the legacy numbering, it's issue 431. Now, this is part of Jed MacKay's current Doctor Strange series, and this is the wedding of Clea and her husband to be. And look, it's a recent book, but my God, there is so much going on, and I read so many books each week. I cannot remember the name of Clea's mum or her now husband. I do know that it was a very interesting read, and Jed MacKay has a style where he really plays up the family aspect of this series and pokes fun at it to a certain extent. It's weird without being to the point of like you don't know what's going on. There's a lot to enjoy, and I've very much enjoyed this series. The current issues that I've read are part of the Blood Hunt story, so yeah, actually they've been actually quite good. But just prior to Blood Hunt, kind of felt a little bit like Jed MacKay was phoned it in. But I think it was purely a case of he wanted to get to the Blood Hunt story and was just like, let's just crack on a little bit. But yeah, just a fun read. So that's Doctor Strange issue 5. The next one is a book from the 90s. It's Generation X issue 3, and written by Scott Lobdell with art by Mark Buckingham. Was it Mark Buckingham or Chris Pachella? I think it's Mark Buckingham. It says Chris and Bucky, so maybe it's a combination of both. This series really hung on the strength of the art, and yeah, these first few issues, and especially the Age of Apocalypse miniseries, Generation Next, we had. Yeah, it was Chris Pachella. That's right. So we had Chris Pachella on what would have been, say, 8 issues, maybe even 10 issues, including the Generation Next, and they were strong reads. And then he left the book, and it just kind of was never the same again, unfortunately. If we had have gotten an artist that could replicate Chris Pachella's art style, I think it would have gone up a level or maintained the strength that it had in numbers. But I mean, just look at this cover. Is this something you would want to read even to this day? My answer is yes, because I bought it from a convention. I saw it for a good price, and I was like, let's read this. I didn't even realize they didn't have this issue until recently, and yeah, I read it and it took me back to the 90s, and I very much enjoyed it. Now, a new book, new book, is Uncanny XMen issue 11. When did this come out? 2013. There's an ad on here for something from 2013. Jeez, sorry for the coughing. Yeah, I was not a huge fan of Bendis on the X-Men. I'd very much gone off Bendis by this time. He went on to the Avengers, and then he did his stuff, but it was very much along the lines of everyone had the same voice. They were all snarky, a lot of talking heads, uh, interesting stories, but a lot of and I was just like, I'm done. And that was in the Avengers run, and then he went to the X-Men, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it a slide because I don't want to be buying everything, and I missed a whole lot, and so I have stayed away from the X-Men during this run, and I haven't really come back until very recently. Um, but look, visually, it looks interesting. It's Phil Noto on the cover, at least, and Phil does some very nice work. Um, yeah, and that's pretty much all I'll say about it. Again, I don't want to do. I don't want to throw shade onto any creators. It's not what I want to do on this channel. I want to show off books, and I want to hopefully instill an interest in those books so that you might track them down and buy them for yourself and hopefully enjoy them. But the key issue that I want to show off, here it is. It's Spider-Man Team Up issue 1 with Jose Landron on art duties, and it's featuring the Legion of Galactic Guardians 2099. Jose Landron's artwork on this is perfect, absolutely perfect. So with the Legion, you have at least 20 characters, and you need an artist who can put that many characters onto a page and not clutter it up. The good thing about Jose Landron's art is that there's lots to look at. And there's little things going on, and there's immense amount of detail without it being cluttered. And I remember when Dan Slott was writing the Spider-Man book, and the Spider-Boy phenomenon took off, and that book was like, on all the hot lists. This book also got a bit of a bump. So there was Spider-Boy, and then Spider-Boy Team Up, and everyone was interested in Spider-Boy. Now, for my money, this is a more interesting version. I love the visuals, I love the gun, and I love that the Spider-Boy from the Amalgam series was written by Carl Cassell, and it had Mike Wieringa on art duties, and it popped. But then this was a nice, tidy, not a reintroduction. What's the word I'm looking for? A nice, tidy, another dip in the pool for this concept. So that is the key comic for this video. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe if you wish to. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for sticking with me, and I'll catch you next one. Bye.